commit crimes, and the cops can't arrest them. And so they would be given a ticket. Then if they don't show up, we can't ask for a warrant. What we have to do is ask for warrant review, and then we have to go out and invite them nicely back. And then if they don't show up a second time, then we can ask for a warrant. So what happens when these warrants are piling up? So what we really wanted to do is we wanted to target the recidivists and the people who are really affecting the quality of life of any particular community. So what we did is we had our ADAs go out and meet with precinct commanders in all the precincts, as well as the town personnel, and say, hey, why, like say the Brentwood train station, why is that such a problem? Why are there always problems in the Brentwood train station? Why is this one particular store in Brookhaven always getting vandalized? And try to figure out, by talking to everybody, because people in the community, the cops know, the people in the town, of course, the citizens know. So tell us, why is it so difficult? Why is there so many problems in this one particular area? So what we do is we have our felony ADAs and misdemeanor ADAs, and they go out into the towns, the precincts, and the communities, and they talk to the people to try to to prosecute cases that don't matter.
How many ADAs in the town of Brookhaven?
Well, we have for each I believe it is for each precinct. We have two ADAs on the misdemeanor level, 2 or 3 ADAs on the misdemeanor level, 2 or 3 ADAs on the felony level, and then we have supervisors. So we figure about 6 to 8 in total.
And is human trafficking part of their?
Well, these are more quality of life things. Then we have human trafficking. I can tell you, I'm frustrated with the rate of our human trafficking. I think that if you look at drugs are coming across our undefended border. I think young girls are coming. And when I was a federal prosecutor, I know exactly how they did it. They really target these young girls who many of them are coming over without families, and they're really they're targeting them, and then they're sort of dragging them into sex trafficking. So I'm hopeful that we've worked some cases, but I think there are a lot more cases out there because I think it's happening much more thoroughly.
Was this because when people called to make their complaints, they were calling the same clerks that answered the phone when Spoda was in office, when Sidney was in office? When I go to your office, I'm seeing the same clerk. I'm seeing the same clerk at the police department. I'm seeing the same clerks at CPS who were recently promoted. And it was in yesterday's paper about Valva. It's the same clerks. It has not changed. We can't get through the gatekeepers.
Clerks are civil service.
Yes.
So their jobs are protected. And also, clerks, what's one thing that always kind of bothers me, clerks are not setting the tone. People who answer phones, and they're not setting the policy or the tones or investigating cases. So, it's really the people in the office that matter. So,
when we call the police commissioner, it's the same clerk as Spoda. It's the same clerk as Sidney. It's a blockade. Do you understand? This is the culture of corruption. Michael Biancavilla, he was in the homicide department of the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office under Spoda. He called it a culture of corruption.
Robert.
Thank you. I'm glad you know.
He called it a culture?
Yes, and wrote into Newsday about it. A culture of corruption.
Where's he?
I guess he's in his own private practice.
He's baking.
Oh,
He's
okay.
a baker now.
A
He's not a
baker.
prosecutor.
May I ask who you are?
I'm a citizen and a resident of Suffolk County for my entire life, and I'm just very curious about trying to report crimes in Suffolk County, including the trafficking of small white Catholic mothers' daughters, having car accidents, and now we find...
I'm the president of this club. Are you registered
Republican? Yeah, I am, actually, and I campaign very hard for Mr. Tierney. He knows me. He knows me very well. I'm not a speaker here. I'm a private citizen at a public meeting.
This is a private club, and I'm asking for...
I thought it was a public meeting.
No, it's a private club. What is your name?
Oh, thank you.
No.
I'm not under oath to reveal anything to you. I don't know who you
I
are.
ask you to please stop recording and leave the meeting if you're not willing.
I thought she was with
Yeah, I thought she was with you.
because I know the cases so very well.
This is a
It's
private.
fine, and let me just say one more thing.
Ray,
I want to
Ray,
know her name.
do you need me to leave? Do you feel in any way that I'm imposing on you?
Look, I just want to say one more thing.
Okay.
You know, and we talk about, like, this is one of my frustrations about, confidential investigations are just that. We don't disclose them, we don't talk about it publicly. So, and that's the policy. That'll always be the policy, and that's just the way it is.
Thank you.
Please get your name, or I'm gonna
Thank you,
have to
Mr.
ask
Tierney.
Can I please have your name?
No, I really
Okay,
don't.
then I'm going to
I don't feel
ask
safe with you threatening me. I don't feel safe with you threatening me.
I'm not
She's
threatening
asking
you.
you-
It is in our bylaws.
If you're asking me to leave, I will be happy to leave.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions
Some group.
for the district attorney that was more than nice enough to volunteer to come down here and tell us about crime?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Strange club.